Hello, welcome to John B. the RD, the research desk. Today, I wanted to talk to you about how to create your brand identity. So let's get started. Building a brand identity from the ground up that stands out is no easy task. What should it look like? How should it make people feel? What it resonates with the target audience? These are questions that inevitably come up when you start thinking about how to connect with the dot or connect the dots between what you're selling and who you are trying to reach. You can check our guide on how to start a business to get started. What if you've got nothing but a business idea or want to pivot your existing branding design? Here's what you need to know about building a strong brand identity for your business. What exactly is a brand? A brand isn't just a recognizable name and brand logo that distinguishes you in a crowded market. Your brand is how people perceive you. Wherever they interact with your business, both the impressions you can control and the ones you cannot. When you think about it, people have personal brands. We each have a name, a face, a style, a way of communicating. And with these traits, we make different impressions on different people. Likewise, businesses have names, products, logos, colors, fonts, voices, and reputations that make up what they are and affect how they are perceived. You cannot effectively approach how to create a brand without being consistent and maintaining that consistency as you extend your brand to every part of your business. The best way to build a brand starts with establishing what the consistency is going to look like and the feeling you want to invoke. So, how to build a brand? Branding a new, Building a brand essentially boils down to 7 steps. One, reach your target audience and or research your target audience and your competitors. Sorry. Two, pick your focus and personality. Three, choose your business name. And four, write your slogan. Five, choose the look of your brand, colors, and font. Design, or six, design your brand logo. And seven, apply your branding across your business. While you might revisit some steps as you pivot or create your brand, it's important that you consider each aspect as you shape your brand identity. Let's start by laying out the groundwork to inform how to build your business branding. So, one, research your target audience and your competitors. Before you start making any decisions about how to create a business brand, you need to understand the current market, i.e., who your potential customers and current competitors are. There are many ways to do this step of how to make a brand. Google your product and your service category and analyze the direct and indirect competitors to come up. Check subreddits that relate to your customers and eavesdrop on the conversations and product recommendations. Talk to people who are a part of your target market and ask them what brands they buy from in your space. Look at the relevant social media accounts and the pages of your target audience follows and are receptive to. Go shopping online and offline and get a feel for how your customers would browse and buy products. As you go about your research, make a note of who your lowest hanging fruit customers are, the ones you could come or could most easily sell to. Two, who your top of mind competitors are, the brands that are established and known in the market. And three, how your customers speak and what they talk about, the interests they have, and the language they express them in. It's important to have a handle on this before moving forward, as it will inform what your brand should focus on and how it could position itself apart from competitors. Two, pick your focus and personality. You can't establish your brand to be everything to everyone, especially at the start. It's important to find your focus and let that inform all other parts of your brand as you build it. Here are some questions and branding exercises to get you thinking about and the focus and tone of your brand. What's your positioning statement? A positioning statement is one of two lines that state your claims in the market. This isn't necessarily something you put on your website or business card. It's just to help you answer the right questions about your brand and aids in creating your brand tagline. Your positioning statement should go something like, we offer product service for target market and value propositions. Unlike the alternative, we key differentiation, differentiation of your services compared to other competitor brands. For example, we offer water bottles for hikers to stay hydrated while reducing the carbon footprint. Unlike other water brands, we plant a tree for every bottle you buy. Your unique value proposition and is the one thing you are competing on. Find it and go in on it and make it a part of your brand's messaging. Alternatively, if the company you want to start has a cause and its core, e.g., if if you are starting a social enterprise, you can also write this out as a mission statement that makes a clear promise to your customers or the world. What words would you associate with your brand? One way to look at how to build your brand is to imagine your brand as a person. What would he or she be like? What kind of personality would your customers be attracted to? This will help inform your voice on social media and the tone of your creative, both visual and written. A fun and useful exercise of how to create your new brand is pitching here to 5 objectives that describe your type of brand that might resonate with your audience. I compiled this list of traits to help you get started. Excuse me. If your brand was a person, choose 3 to 5 words that would describe him or her. Simple, beautiful, funny, reasonable, dry, wealthy, extravagant, fun, affordable, charitable, outdoorsy, reliable, smart, fast, manly, trendy, quirky, active, eloquent, expert, energetic, daring, artistic, bold, serious, professional, corporate, sophisticated, silly, patriotic, rebellious, caring, young, witty, confident, chill, exercised, flamboyant, honest, bookworm, resourceful, efficient, creative, zen, strong, childish, goofy, angry, hipster, bohemian, modest, fashionable, activist, handy, effective, peaceful, weird, blunt, vigilant, secure, rugged. I can't really say this word on social media. I'm sorry. Over the top, party animal, discreet, and exclusive. What metaphors or concepts describe your brand? Thinking about your brand identity as a metaphor, a personification, it can help you identify the individual qualities you want to have. This can be a vehicle, an animal, a celebrity, a sports team, anything. As long as it has a prominent reputation in your mind that summons the sort of vibe you want your brand to give off. For example, if you want to establish your brand targeting entrepreneurs, you might choose to use the raccoon as a starting point. They are scrappy survivors who will do anything to thrive. If your brand identity was an animal, what animal would it be and why? Is it like that animal to you? 3. Choose your business name. What's in the name depending on the kind of business you want to start. You can make the case that your name matters very little, or it matters a lot. As we've said before, a brand is so much more than a name. The personality, actions, and the reputation of your brand identity are really what give the name meaning in the market. But as a small business owner, your company's name is probably one of the first big commitments you have to make. It'll impact your brand logo, your domain, your marketing, and your trademark registration. If you decide to go that route, it's harder to trademark generic brand names that literally describe what you sell. Ideally, you want a store name that's hard to imitate and even harder to confuse with existing players in the market. If you have any plans to expand the product lines you offer down the road, consider keeping your business name broad so that it's easier to pivot rather than choosing a brand name based on your product category. You can use our business name generator to brainstorm some names or try one or a combination of the following approaches. Make up a word like Pepsi. Refrain any unrated word like apple from computers. Use a suggestive word or metaphor like buffer. Describe it literally caution, easy to imitate like the shoe company. After a word is removing letters, adding letters, or using Latin endings like Tumblr, create an acronym from a longer name like HBO, home box office. Combine two words, Pinterest, pin, and interest, or Snapple, Snappy Apple. Since your brand name will also affect the domain URL of your website, be sure to shop around and see what's available before deciding on a domain name. It's also a good idea to run your name by a focused group of close people, if for other reasons, then to make sure it doesn't have an unintended meaning or too similar to something else that you might have missed. 4. Write a slogan. A catchy slogan is a nice to have asset, something brief and descriptive you can also use as a tagline in your social media bios, website headers, custom business cards, and anywhere else where you've got very few words to make a big impact. Keep in mind that you can always change your slogan as you find new angles for marketing. Pepsi has gone through over 30 slogans in the past few decades. A good slogan is short, catchy, and makes a strong impression to both boost brand awareness. Here are some of the ways to approach writing a slogan of your own. Stake your claim. Death Wish Coffee, the world's strongest coffee. Make it a metaphor. Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings. Adopt your customer's attitude. Nike. Just do it. Leverage labels. Cards Against Humanity, a party game for horrible people. Write a rhyme. Flogger's coffee. The best part of waking up is Flogger's in your cup. Describe it literally. Aritzia, women's fashion banquet. 5. Choose the look of your brand, colors, and font. Once you've got a name down, you'll need to think about your brand design, how your visual representation of your brand, namely your colors or typography. This will come in handy when you start and make your own website. Choose your colors. Colors don't just define the look of your brand, they also convey the feeling you want to communicate and help you make it consistent across everything you do. You want to choose colors that differentiate you from direct competitors and avoid confusing customers. Color psychology isn't an exact science, but it does help to inform the choices you make, especially when it comes to the colors you pick for your brand logo. This infographic offers a nice overview of the emotions and associations that different colors generally invoke. So I will leave the links into the description if that's something that you may be interested in. It's important to consider how legible white and black text will be on your color palette and how colored text might look over white and black backgrounds. Try using a tool like Coolors, spelled COOLORS, to brainstorm colors that work together. Grab the hex codes to keep handy and sift through different shades to find the ones you like. Choosing your fonts at this point is also a good look at fonts you might want to use in your website. The best way to build a brand when it comes to fonts is by keeping it simple. Pick two fonts at the most to avoid confusing visitors. One of the headings and one of the body for text. This doesn't include the font that you might use for your brand logo. You can use Font Pair to browse from a wide selection of fonts that go well together. 6. Describe your brand logo. A brand logo is designed probably one of the first things that comes to your mind when you think about building a new brand. And for a good reason. It's the face of your company, after all, and could potentially be everywhere that your brand exists. Ideally, you'll want to create a brand with a logo that's unique and identifiable and sociable to work at all sizes, something often overlooked. Consider all the places where your brand's logo needs to exist, from your website, your Facebook pages, profile picture, your YouTube channel banner, to even the little favicons you see in your current browser tab. If you have a text logo as your Instagram avatar, for example, it'll be almost impossible to read. To make your life easier, create a square version of your brand logo with an icon element that remains recognizable, even at smaller sizes. Notice how Walmart logo has both the sparkles icon and the word mark, which can be used separately. The following are some of the different logo types you can choose to help you communicate with designers and find a style that makes sense and will help establish your brand. Keep the colors and the fonts you choose in mind and make sure that you're working together with your logo to complete your brand. An abstract brand logo has some meaning, but really, it's just a shape and colors that you can't easily tie back to anything in the real world. The benefit of an abstract logo is that it has no innate meaning, and you can make this up yourself and bring it to life in your customers' minds. Mascot Wendy's. Mascot logos are often represented by the face of the character. They may humanize your business by creating a specific and relatable brand identity or personality, but be aware that they are an antiquated style now and only recommended in certain contexts. E.g., you are deliberately going for a retro look. At Emblem Starbucks, Emblem logos are often circular and combine text with an emblem for a bold and regal brand design. If design is too complicated, however, they can lose their impact when you shrink them down. But done right, they can play a big influence on brand building and make your memorable style of logo. Lettermark, IBM. Lettermark logos turn the initials of your full business name into a brand logo. If you have a business name idea with 3 or more words, this might be the style you'd want to consider, especially if your initialism is catchy. Icon Twitter. An icon logo is your brand represented as a visual metaphor. Unlike abstract logo, an icon logo suggests something about the product. Twitter's bird is suggestive of the frequent short texts on the platform. As an unestablished brand, still trying to build brand awareness, you should stay away from using an icon logo by itself. However, if you're not sure about the kind of brand logo you want, pairing an icon logo with a word mark is usually a safe bet. Wordmark logos turn your brand name, colors, and font into a visual identity. The problem with word marks is that they're often hard to create in a scalable square design and easily lost their legitimacy when shrunk. However, you can fix this problem by simply getting an accompanying icon logo, or turning the first letter of the word mark into a separate but connected logo, like what Facebook does with its F. Combine combination, McDonald's. Because of the limitations that exist for each logo type, many logos are combinations of styles. As a new small business experimenting with the best ways to build a brand and logo, you don't need to choose an icon over a word mark when you feel they're both essential and represent your brand as a combination logo. It lets you get the best of both worlds. This makes it easier to satisfy the condition of creating a scalable logo while still putting your brand name front and center. McDonald's, for example, can use its iconic golden arches wherever its full word mark doesn't fit. Unless you've got design chops of your own, you'll probably be delegating the creation of your brand logo. You can outsource it for a low cost on Fiverr or run a logo contest on 99 Designs. Check out Seek Logo for even more logo inspirations, or use the Hashful Logo Maker to start generating some ideas. There's also our comprehensive guide on how to design a logo, where we walk you through the progress step by step. 7. Apply your branding across your business. Applying your branding across your business gives it a cohesive, a cohesive brand story. A brand story represents who your business is and what it stands for. It set the stage for every interaction customers here have with your brand in store and online. And Shopify's research on what wins buyers, the customer trust. We found that buyers shopping on an online store for the first time often look for businesses' missions and purpose to see if they share and any values with the business, e.g., sustainability. They will turn to its About Us page to learn more about who they are buying from, and for more socially conscious customers, how the business is run. If your business has a brand story, share it because it can help the shopper feel reassured that your insights as a legitimate business. When building a new brand, your positioning statement can get you started, but you'll want to ask yourself a few questions for your brand story. What motivated me to start my business? Why does the company exist? And how do we contribute to the world? What is the story behind my business and customers should know? Not every business is mission driven, but if you create your brand with a mission or values, share your brand story and tell customers why the business was started. Look at the business, Tom's and Cola. The first, a mission driven brand. The second, not so much. Tom's, a footwear accessories company, is in business to improve lives. Tom's first traveled a program, One for One, where it donates shoes to children in need. And more recently, is making donations to the COVID-19 Global Giving Fund. Among other charitable initiatives, when a shopper purchases a product from Tom's, they can come away feeling good because they believe in the cause their purchase is contributing toward. Evolve your brand as you grow. Building a brand doesn't stop with creating a logo or a slogan, or even with your brand awareness launch. Your brand needs to exist and remain consistent wherever your customers interact with you. From the theme you choose for your website, the marketing materials you produce, all the way to how you package and ship your products. You'll continue to shape and evolve your brand design and identity as you expose more customers to it and learn more about who your customers are and how you speak to them. It's important to appreciate that you will never have 100% control over how people perceive your brand identity. You can tell customers in the right direction, make a great first impression, and manage your reputation, but you can't control the individual perceptions. that exist in each person's mind, saying if they had a bad customer service experience, all you can do is put your best foot forward in every turn and try to resonate with your core audience. But hopefully, at this point, you have the tools, knowledge, and resources to start. Perception is limited to other people's knowledge individually, so it can be limited. Having this understanding can very well help your social development skills, which is required for leadership. It is good to study psychology for this matter. So I hope you liked this video and found it to be valuable information. And if you did, I would very much appreciate giving the video a like. Making comments onto a video also helps the algorithm. I would hope that you would subscribe and click on the bell icon and then click all to get notified of upcoming videos. Also, sharing this video will help me get viewed by more viewers like you, and also helps fight the cycle of poverty. So let's work together and network. I appreciate if you watch the full video, and I would like to thank you for doing so. And until next time.